Hey everybody, it's Chad from Six Blog. Today I want to do another one of my typical post-hike gear talk videos, but I decided I'm going to do it just a little bit different. Instead of trying to cram all of the gear that I want to talk about into one long video, I'm actually going to break it up into 4 parts. This way I can talk just a little bit more on specific pieces of gear, and it'll be cut down into one video. And that way, if you don't want to watch what I talk about on some of my gear, you can just watch the specific video. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to do it in 4 parts. The first part I'm going to do is on the backpack. The second part I'm going to do is going to be on my shoes. Third part I'm going to do is going to be on my trekking poles. And then the fourth part is actually going to be a jumbo, just a mix of a couple of smaller items. Okay guys, the third part of my video is going to be on trekking poles. The trekking poles that I carried on this hike were not my LT4s, which you should know by now if you've watched enough of my videos. I love my Gossamer Gear LT4 trekking poles. They're super light, and the grips are just unmatched in my opinion. But a while back, some may remember, I picked up these Black Diamond. It's the Alpine carbon cork poles. I picked them up on Steep and Cheap for like 65 bucks, and that's a super good deal. They're normally 159, I think. And honestly, that was the only reason I picked them up. I heard a lot of rave reviews about these, and then when I saw them come up for 65 bucks, I was like, I better jump on those, and at least I can try them out. So I did. This was the first real hike that I carried them on, and to be honest with you, I was not very impressed with them. First off, they're heavy, which, you know, they don't try to deny. I think my pair is something around 16.2 ounces for the pair. That's minus the straps. And I'm not getting into that argument with anybody. I don't use the straps. That's my preference. Thanks for watching. But anyway, my biggest hang up with them, other than the weight, is the grips. I found that these are some of the most uncomfortable grips that I've used on any of my other trekking poles. Reason being is because, for the most part, the way I grasp my trekking poles is kind of like this. I just use the bottom 3 fingers, and then my thumb kind of lays over the top, and that's pretty much how I use my trekking poles. Doing that, basically I'm palming them, and what I found is that this top piece, this is like a piece of hard rubber, and they've got a cutout for this black color. If you can see the black and the gray, the gray is kind of grippy, whereas the black is more of a hard rubber. But anyway, there's a cutout there, and that whole time I could feel that in my palm, and to me it was just uncomfortable. It was kind of irritating, and I didn't really like it. So between that and the weight of the poles, I wasn't really too excited about them. I want to say that these handles here, these black handles here, I always use my poles at about 42 inches. That's my preference. So it's very, very rare, actually never to be quite honest, that I have to choke down on my poles because my poles are set too high. Even when I'm going up hills, I just don't do that. I can still hold on to them like normal because of the height I set them, and that's, like I said, my preference. So for me, that is actually just extra, completely wasted weight. So there's no reason for me to have these. I'm not going to get rid of these. I am going to keep these. However, I think I'm going to do an experiment one weekend when I'm just completely bored. And I think I'm going to completely try to remove these grips. I'm going to buy some of the Gossamer Gear LT4 handles. And I want to see about putting those on and see if I can make these poles work any better for me. You know, if I ruin them, I ruin them. It was only 65 bucks. At least I didn't pay full price for these. But like I said, I'm not super excited about these. Honestly, my Leakies that I have, I think the grips on those are much better than these. I will say the texture on the cork part, I like the texture, but just the way that the grip is fashioned, it just doesn't suit me. So that's definitely a personal preference there. But anyways, these are the, like I said, the Black Diamond Alpine carbon cork poles. They are the flick locks. The flick locks, they held up great. I mean, they performed fine. The tips still fully intact. No issues with any of that. The locks held fine. It's just the handles and the weight that's kind of got me hung up. And if I would have paid $160 for these poles, I would be seriously disappointed, just because of those 2 things. And like I said, that's my opinion. Like I said, when I got these, I read lots and lots of rave reviews. People were just nuts about them. And that's fine. They may like them for different reasons than I do. But me personally, They just didn't seem to work out. I think I'm just spoiled on my LT4s, but that's the way it is. So anyway, guys, if you have any comments or questions about these, just like I said, just post them down at the bottom. I'll do my best to answer any question you may have or reply to the comments. And I appreciate you watching, guys. See you later.